Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel, Gyro here, and today we are taking a break from our normal horrific vision videos and I'd like to introduce to you my new alt called Cyberpunch. How awesome is this name? Come on guys. And that's only because Cyberpunk was not available, but Cyberpunch is as close as it gets to awesomeness. Look how awesome he is. Ever since I've unlocked the allied race of mechanomes, I wanted to create one, but didn't have an opportunity or sufficient amount of motivation to do so. But Blizzard is doing one very good thing, which I've sort of mentioned briefly on the previous video, one of those anyway, that I was preparing to show you, the Horrific Vision runs, where they've boosted the experience by 100%. So if there was a good time to level an alt, ever since that phase when the Alterac Valley experience boost was really pumped up before 8.3 was released, now is the second best time to roll an alt and enjoy them. So Cyberpunch is entering the world, my friends, and I would like to encourage you to join me on this little adventure of the new sub-series, if you like, for this channel, where I will be keeping you up kind of and updated on the progress that Cyberpunch makes in the world. As you can see, I am advocating for, well, they're kind of inadvertently advocating for the use of the leveling optimization add-ons. If you're new to World of Warcraft, you probably would be best positioned not to use any add-ons, but if you are like me and have 500,000 alts, you probably could use something that I'm using right now, which really is just the Azeroth Autopilot add-on. You can get it from a lot of places. What Azeroth Autopilot add-on does is it takes away a lot of the clicking around and it points you in the most efficient, like XP efficient way, in the right direction, really. That's all it does. It does make your UI a little bit more cluttered and it does create a little bit of a sense of, how should I say it? It's a little bit like you're witnessing how the sausage is made, so to speak, as opposed to just looking at the user-friendly interface and immersion of the game. So I'm not pretending that this type of UI is not breaking some level of immersion. So it does. But for me, I think the essence of the progress, the feeling that I'm leveling a new mechanome, even just seeing the add-on in action as a person who considers himself very kind of informed and very experienced in World of Warcraft when it comes to the general game, as opposed to, I don't know, bracing higher levels of mythic keystones are concerned. But this is the first time I'm properly making use of the Azeroth Autopilot, and so far I'm very impressed. As far as the choice of my class is concerned, I've picked a monk. First of all, monks can do a lot of things. Monks can heal, tank, and DPS. For me, as an alt-friendly person, I don't want to call myself full-on an altoholic as I used to a while ago in World of Warcraft. I have a lot of alts. I'm focusing on quite a few of them even now when I'm playing Horrific Visions mostly, as you know, as my subscribers. And now I'm creating another one. So that's altoholism for you guys. Altoholism 1-on-1. I probably should own to that and just call it for what it is. But at the same time, I think these days I am treating it a lot more in a lot more relaxed way. I'm prioritizing life during these kind of health situation spreading times across the globe. A lot of us are working in isolation, a lot of us are working from home and generally spending a lot more time at home. So I think Blizzard has done their part. They have given us 100% experience boost, which is quite a lot and motivates people to play the game and maybe give an alt a chance. And I'll be completely honest with you, cutting to the chase. Now that I rolled Cyberpunch, I still love the name. I love the name! Tell me in the comments down below if you love the name. Like the video if you love the name. Okay, come on guys. Love the video, like the video if you love the name. I love the freaking name. Don't steal it though. Don't steal it. But now that I rolled him, okay, now that I'm playing him, I enjoy it. I enjoy this process of revisiting the old areas that have been revamped, but I personally cannot even remember when was the last time I visited Red Ridge Mountains. And I certainly cannot remember doing every single most concealed and convoluted quest there. But Azeroth Autopilot takes me through the path. Azeroth Autopilot makes it easier for me as far as decision making is concerned. I can just have my coffee and just steer the right way. Honestly, guys, we talked on one of my previous videos about the burnout, yeah? And I talked about how, you know, horrific visions on different alts with different conditions and stuff, they kind of allow me to play interesting content, push content, gear my characters, but not particularly push that factor of the potential burnout, yeah, from doing repetitive content. In this case, I think on top of running horrific visions, by the way, in case you're wondering that now everything is going to be about Cyber Punch and all I'm going to do is just level this guy, it's not. It's not. I still have a lot to do. Next video you're going to see will be about my Feral Druid, about the druid whose spec I changed from bear to feral, and there were some successes there in the horrific vision, so I'm gonna share with you my impressions there. Please don't panic. Horrific visions remain a staple kind of thing for now of this channel until Shadowlands starts, Shadowlands Alpha launches, and then we all will be under a new question mark of what various channels, including mine, will be offering you as source of entertainment. How can we connect going forward? But right now, I encourage my fellow horrific vision runners and just supporters of this channel to maybe consider rolling another alt, even if you have a few. Give yourself another opportunity to chill, to kind of maybe create this new virtual identity, immerse yourself in it at least occasionally, at least once in a while, and get the full blast with it. Especially when you're powered by an add-on like this one. I had no idea, for example, that it uses minimap to plot those little green dots for you, even like where to go. Not just the TomTom arrow that we're used to, yeah? The one that is on the left above the quest text. Not quest text, but the direction text. But additional to that, it like dumbs it down so much, I just cannot not love it. Like, it's just great. So I quite enjoy it. Another thing that I like about Monk and why I rolled Monk is because, in case you didn't know, up until I believe level 60, which is fairly generous, up until level 60, every 10 levels you get a quest to visit your trainer on Peak of Serenity before it got destroyed by Legion. So you basically teleport to the Peak of Serenity using a spell that a monk has, and Cyber Punch gets his little lesson from one of the masters there. I loved Pandaria, by the way, so back then the channel was not functioning, so you may not know that. Please tell me, have you actually played through Pandaria? I'd love to hear how you see it, but I'm not defending this position, but I absolutely loved Pandaria. So back in Pandaria, I did roll a couple of monks, but haven't played them much. So anyway, so you visit the person on the Peak of Serenity. They give you the training, but the main thing is that they give you that buff that you can see as a green little person in the top right corner of my buffs on the screen. If you see, that is, believe it or not, in case you don't know, it's a 1 hour over 50% increase to your experience gains. So that is, guys, right now we have the Blizzard's new 100% buff of experience gains, yes? Then if you're a monk and you are like leveling like I do now on Cyber Punch, and you getting plus 50 every hour, and I have full heirlooms including a ring and including a cloak, which equals to another plus 50 experience gains. I am not, as you can see right now, using the potion, the one that you can use buy in Baralas. I forgot the name of the potion. That gives you another 10% experience gains, which I probably will, by the way, after I record this video and go back to leveling Cyber Punch. Spoiler alert. I probably will use that. But basically, effectively, I am having right now, as you're looking on the screen, I'm having 200% increased experience gains on this character, which doesn't break the immersion in terms of how quests feel, how I'm going through quests. At least so far, I'm finding everything okay, everything up to my level, everything yellow. But at the same time, I almost would say that this pace of leveling should have always been the pace of leveling. Not boosted pace of leveling, but normal pace of leveling. Would love to hear your opinion on this as well. So I think that this pace of leveling that is mega boosted by 200% feels just right. Doesn't feel too fast, feels just right to satisfy kind of my interest as a player, and at the same time does not feel too boring. So I feel like I'm moving actually fairly fast and kind of running a little ahead of myself. Like this was recorded obviously at one point in time, but then I kept leveling, and I think I'm just right now about to ding 30 on this character. And that was after maybe a couple of hours playing. I did not time it, but I will from 30, I promise I will, and I will report to you on the next video how it goes ahead. And that basically suggests to me, it must be less than 2 hours, must be about an hour, sorry, I stand corrected. Because my point is that I'm trying to make is that that buff from Peak of Serenity, the one that is boosting my experience by additional 50%, has lasted me about an hour to take me 10 levels between 20 and 30. Because as a monk, you get the first quest to visit Peak of Serenity, not straight away when you roll a character and you're 20, but you get that quest when you ding 21. So then, to be fair, it took me about 1 hour to get between 21 to almost 30 right now. And I have still a few minutes left, I think, right now on my live character to get another quest at 30 to go visit Peak of Serenity once again, get another 1 hour boost. But then going forward between 30 and 40, I have no idea how long that will take me. So we will just see how that goes. Anyway, guys, you can tell that I'm excited because I love feeling reinvigorated a little bit, if that's the right way of saying it. And I love feeling my alcoholism fed again by some conditions that are rewarding my activity in World of Warcraft and that are giving me something else to do. Please share in the comments down below with me what are your thoughts on this. Have you been tempted to roll a new character by this boost? Do you like rolling alts? Does it make you feel renewed a little bit? How do you generally treat this? Or are you one of those people who are wonderfully disciplined and you just stick to one main? Nothing's wrong with that, but that's just what some people do, right? So, regardless, thank you very much for tuning in into this slightly more upbeat and slightly different thematically video of this channel. Subscribe if you haven't already. We are going to be doing horrific visions. We're going to be talking about this. And my eyes are peeled to the forums looking for any sign of alpha, Shadowlands alpha. That is late. Yes, it is late by my standards, but I'm trying to focus on the positive and trying to entertain myself and you guys in the process. If you are not subscribed yet, did I say that already? I am not taking you for granted and I appreciate it. I appreciate your support, patronage, and if you subscribe to show that you actually like this type of content. Alright, that's enough talking for today. I will talk to you next time, which probably will be about tomorrow, when I will reveal to you my horrific vision findings of a feral druid, who I never played before, but, spoiler alert, I'm fairly impressed by performance of a feral druid so far in my very unskilled hands. Alright, thanks very much, this was Gyro, and I will talk to you very, very soon again. Bye bye.